in June, July 2012, when I found out uncle was looking after, 5-year-old girl. Like, then I was not on my spiritual awakening journey, but I just remember hearing a voice saying, this is why you speak. This is why you speak. Because when you do not speak, you are erasing something that has happened. When you do not speak, you are erasing the emotions. And when you do not speak, you are not creating the avenue for somebody else to be seen, heard, and healed. My healing process started with, okay, Yemi, you're going to need to face this event. You're going to need to face your trauma. And the minute I did that meant that I started opening up, speaking to people that I trusted, going into circles. I'm not going to hide in the shadows anymore. I'm going to speak in the name of love for people to receive it. And I truly believe that that's my mission.
But I think it's important to remember that we need to work at an individual level to work at a group-based level.
And how we heal, I think, is individual for every single person. Everyone needs different things. So even though you've gone through all that, the healing allows all those golden pieces and allows more of you to come through.
I don't actually think that any group, any community, any culture loses out as a result of individuals coming into connection and resolving their trauma, or communities resolving their trauma. The good doesn't come from the traumatic experience. The good comes from resolving the traumatic experience.
I have the opportunity to support a lot of people who are working on healing their trauma and experiencing different symptoms. But there's nearly always a past life element and an element where the ancestors come in to support that person.
Why am I experiencing this trauma in this life? You have to find out what's the purpose of this trauma for me, who are as an experiencer. If you understand that, you will come out of it and you are healed.
So there's a lovely quote which is trauma not transformed is transferred. Okay? So trauma not transferred is transformed. So the opportunity is, are you going to transform it? And how? So it's imperative that it's transformed, especially if you're planning to be a parent in any way. It's imperative it's transformed if you're going to interact with any other human in any way. Because as I say, hurt people hurt people.
What's the purpose? And of course, now I found my purpose is to heal.
I think trauma does play a role in shaping who we are. I'm almost reluctant to admit it, but it does. I truly believe there's probably 1 in 2 people, and I need to check my stats, that would have experienced trauma. And so for it to shape how we respond to life incidences, the relationships we form, makes sense. I don't want to say it defines us in terms of keeping us small, and that's part of the work that I do, is how can we shine in spite of the trauma, because it's all around us.
Did I choose my trauma? From a really basic physical, if I'm just thinking about the physical level, my answer would be no. Couldn't choose my trauma. I'm living on a physical plane. If I had to go more elevated and go emotionally, as in my astral field, did I choose my own trauma? I would say yes, to a certain extent, because some of my thinking contributed to the trauma, especially to the trauma still being in place. And then when I think of, from a spiritual perspective, did I choose my trauma? I would say 100% yes, and gladly so. Because choosing my trauma as a soul, knowing before I came into this body, I knew exactly all of the challenges, but I knew that those would shape me and make me the woman I am today, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay, so can we choose a particular traumatic experience so that we can have post-traumatic growth? So we actually have research around something that's called post-traumatic growth. It's a hashtag on Instagram, I found out last week. There's 30,000 posts under post-traumatic growth. So clearly that's a known thing in our culture, and it's a research thing as well. So yeah, we can have post-traumatic growth for sure.
Do people choose their trauma? The answer is nobody knows. Nobody knows. But ultimately, because trauma is perpetrated by someone else, I don't see how a person can make a choice for someone else I don't see why a person rather would make a choice for someone else that would directly disadvantage them.
Did I choose my trauma? Okay. Do I choose my trauma? Okay. Yes and no, because you want to, if you choose to believe in, there's a spiritual practice saying karma. If you choose to believe in karma, I didn't choose it. Of course, in this life, something suddenly happened with the shock and the pain that make your life hopeless. Life means nothing to you. It is so severe feeling that you carry those energy in your body. But if you believe in that karma comes in, actually give you a little bit of understanding of karma is like cause and effect.
Every morning I wake up, I tell my daughter, every morning we have a choice to be happy or not. I choose to be happy. Might still have a shit day, but it's a choice I make every single time. Did I choose my trauma? Did I choose my trauma? That's a twofold answer. On a physical level, no. Some people need it plain and simple. 7-year-old Yemi did not ask for her power to be taken. 7-year-old Yemi didn't ask to be silenced or to be ignored. On a spiritual level, in a past life, I believe I did choose my trauma. Because if I can sit here today and help guide other women and men who have gone through this type of trauma, then I would have been down for that. I can't experience what good looks like if I haven't experienced bad. I can't experience what freedom looks like if it's ever been taken away. And as painful and as wrong as it sounds, that's why in a previous life I would have chosen my trauma.